Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel if this is the first time that you're here. Today I wanted to do a face chart challenge. So the face chart that I have will be right here. This one I got from Sephora and it is a Sunset Smokey Eye, which is the look that I have right now on my eyes. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this look, then please stay tuned. Also, I just wanted to mention that in another video, you'll be seeing this exact same look, but I'll be wearing different clothes and the lighting is probably a lot better. That's not because I'm doing that whole YouTube trick of like just changing my clothes, but then filming the same video on the same day. I actually filmed this exact same video last week when the weather was better, and then found out that the footage was basically not really usable. So that was fun, but you know, we're learning. It's a learning curve. It's like my second or third video on YouTube, so you know, it is what it is. So that's why I basically had to refilm this entire video. This is a whole different day, and this is my second attempt, so I hope that you guys like it, and without further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna get into this Sunset Smoky Eye. I'm sorry that the lighting is less than optimal. And if I'm looking down here, it's because I have my computer here and that's where the reference photo is. So without further ado, let's get started. I already have my full face on. I just kind of wanted to do that for the sake of time. If any of you are curious, I will be putting the products and everything that I used in the description, and I will probably be filming a full face routine at some point in the future, just not right now for the sake of timing. We'll go ahead and zoom in just a tiny bit, not too much, because last time I zoomed in too much and it was a lot of this. A lot of my forehead. So we're not going to do that this time. We're learning, okay? This is a learning curve. All right. So I'm just taking my eye primer on a big fluffy brush. I'm going to go ahead and just prime my eyes with it. And the other one. All right, and so typically I want to work from light to dark just because it's a lot easier to get a good color consistency that way. It's sort of like if you ever played with markers, or colored with markers, I should say, when you're growing up as a kid and you use the yellow marker and then you touch like a green or a black or literally any other color and then it's automatically stained. You can sort of think of that with eyeshadow as well, or with makeup in general. So you want to start with something a little bit lighter, kind of build up. If you want to do a cut crease, obviously the rules change a little bit, but generally that's how I work, is from light to dark. And this one has it so that it has a bright, beautiful yellow in the center, and then kind of like an orangey in the middle, and then like a darker color on the outside, like a sunset. Wow. And so because of that, I want to start with the yellow, even though typically I would start from the outside and work my way in. This time, because of the lightness of the yellow, I'm going to start from the inside and work my way out. So I'm taking a bright yellow and just packing that into the inner third of my eye. Man, the last time I filmed this, you guys, the lighting was so much better because it was actually sunny outside. And now it's cloudy and it's 5:30, so, you know, it is what it is. All right, now the other side. And I'm just packing that on with kind of like a dense, fluffy brush. I just find that for the formula of this, it's a lot easier to do it with this type of brush. Also synthetic hair as well. Although I don't think that matters too much in this stage. I'm just working that color up, building it up. So I think also, I don't know, that's the thing, because I'm having to refilm this video, I don't actually remember if I mentioned it the first time that I was filming this video or just in the last video that I filmed, the one that I think will be posted before this one. I mentioned that I was working at Sephora, which was true at the timing of me filming that video, but is no longer the case. So that's where I got this reference face chart, but anyway, it doesn't, I don't want to talk about it too much. Maybe I'll make a dedicated video because I know that a lot of people were covering it. Like, we had literal news outlets talking about it and about everything that's happening. I feel like it's hard to talk about it from it's hard to listen to people talk about it when it literally happened to me. I hear like a lot of things, some of which are accurate, some of which are not. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a video about it, maybe I won't. But anyway, now I'm taking a kind of salmon-y, like a deep salmon, and I'm also taking like a burnt sienna. I'm mixing those together. I'm taking more of the salmon color and putting that as my transition between the yellow and the orange. I will say though, I'm also taking a fluffy brush to do this. I will say though, now that I went from having, this week, y'all, this week was a rough week. I went from basically having 2 jobs to having none. I got let go from Sephora, and then I also was furloughed from my corporate job, which, if you don't know what furlough is, I didn't until it happened to me, is basically, it's basically getting fired without any of the perks, shall we say, of getting fired. It's kind of shady, in my opinion, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. Okay, nope. I'm just going to keep it moving. Yeah, so I almost don't want to talk about it too much because I know that everyone is going through a hard time right now. It's not just me, and honestly, I'm pretty lucky. I think of myself as quite fortunate throughout this whole thing. Like, I still have my health, my family is healthy, people that I care about are healthy. But I'm just, overall, I'm in a better place than I know many individuals, maybe even many of you watching this are. And so I don't want to complain, and I just kind of want to, like, keep it moving. All right, so as you can see, I've taken that salmon-y color into the center of my lid, blending it with the yellow, and then I'm also starting to carve out the shape. So this is a shape that I do pretty much every time I do my eye makeup. I have kind of more rounded almond eyes, like they're not a true almond. And so what I do is I flick out and I bring it out here on the outer corner to give myself like a more elongated cat eye shape. And you'll see as I build up the intensity, that's what I've started to do with the orange or the salmon color. And as I go in with the burnt sienna, you'll see how that color, like the way that I do it, makes it even more cat-like, shall we say. So now I'm taking a combination of that sort of salmon-y color with the burnt sienna color. Again, all of this is going to be in the description, everything that I use, not to worry. And I'm taking that same fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of concentrating the deeper shade into the outer corner, and also creating that shape that I like as well. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have like a skin tag right there that's not like the product pilling or anything. I literally have had it pretty much my entire life. Certainly the entire time that I've been wearing makeup, it's never really mattered too much, but in case anyone was wondering what that was, it's a skin tag. You can get them, I think, like I say surgically, but it's like you would just have to go to a doctor's office to get it done. I'm sure any hardcore people could probably get it done themselves. I'm not in it to wreck my face, let alone my eyes, so I'm not going to do that. But in case anyone was wondering, that's what that is. And I think I have one more like right there, but it's really small. It's no big deal. Now I'm taking kind of a dense little pencil brush like this, and I'm taking a deep, beautiful rich brown, and I'm really kind of just working that. I'm going to build it up slowly in the outer V area to really get that shape that I like, and to also match the face chart that we have going on here. And I don't want to worry too much about blending it out with this brush, because the next step is when I take an actual blending brush and then blend it out. But I just sort of want to start mapping out that shape, getting that initial deposit of color. And I'm keeping it close to the lash line here because I'm not wearing eyeliner with this look. And I find that if you intensify the lash line, you kind of get that wonderful look and definition that you would normally get from wearing eyeliner, but just softer with a darker shadow. All right, now I'm taking a blending brush and a touch of that deep brown, and I'm mostly just blending it away using circular little like this, and then that motion on my eye. All right, that's that. And so now this beautiful model from the face chart has these amazing like heterochromia blue green eyes that I don't have. I was not blessed with that. Thanks, Mom and Dad, no problem. But so what I'm going to do is kind of like an homage to that is I'm going to take a green and put that all along the lower lash line. But before I do that, I wanted to just go in with a nude pencil. You can use white as well, but I find that nude is a lot more natural looking, and not quite as jarring as white. I'm just taking that. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. See? I'll zoom out a little bit, so in case I go like this. Just want to tilt your head down. Put that along the waterline. Same on the other side. Still making sure you guys can see everything that I'm doing. And there we go. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. Yeah. So that just brightens everything up. It's a great thing to do for like your everyday look. If you're tired, if you are working, if you're going to school back when we were allowed outside again, that'll be a good trick to do. And so now I'm taking a beautiful green to sort of match the eye color of the model. And like I said, I'm just going to build that up along the lower lash line. And I want to kind of blend that all the way into the outer bit there, because I'm going to take a brown, that same brown that we used on the outer corner, and blend that in so it's not quite so harsh. So don't worry about if there's like a little bit sticking out there and you're like, that doesn't look good. So we're going to blend it out. When in doubt, blend it out. That's the motto. Alrighty. Now, same brush into the brown and just blending that outer part. Give it a little bit more definition, not too much, but just kind of making it all look cohesive and like it's all part of the same look and the same eye. Just blending that together. But I'm mostly just keeping that to the outer part here. Ooh, if the camera would focus on me, there we go. Yeah, I'm not really dragging it in or down, I'm just keeping it in the outer bit. All right. So now I'm just gonna take a brush that has absolutely no product on it, giving the edges one last blend. And then I'm also taking a sort of bone color and putting that underneath my brow bone and taking that all the way up underneath the brow. I do this because I don't really carve out my brow like with concealer or anything the way that a lot of other people do. Instead I use this eyeshadow, and I find that that just, one, makes it kind of blend the edge of the colored eyeshadow into the bone color really nicely. It kind of helps blend everything together. And then it also kind of highlights that area without having to take too much time or effort to do so. And then, like I said, there's absolutely no product on this side, and I'm just blending that all together. All right. And for last finishing touches, I always highlight my eye area. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. And I'm taking the same color that I used to highlight my face, and I'm just taking that into the tear duct here and right underneath the highest point of the brow. I don't take it all the way across because I find that that's just too much, but just a little bit. I know some people are like, oh, highlight less is more. That's sort of my philosophy. And then other people are like, no, more is more. So it's personal preference, really. But that's how I do it. So now I'm just going to put on some mascara and false lashes. To finish off the eye. And what I like to do is I actually like to put lash glue. Ooh, there we go. I like to put lash glue on my lashes and let them dry before I even curl or do my mascara, just so that by the time, if you guys are using like a really fast dry glue, then that's probably not necessary or recommended, but this way it kind of dries down nice enough, and then I just can go in and plop them on when I'm all. One tip for doing mascara is you're gonna want to hold your mirror basically like right under your chin so that you can really easily see all your lashes, and as you're looking down, it prevents you from smudging your mascara like onto your lid and then ruining your eye makeup. Really easy tip. I'm sure most, if not all of you guys already know that. But if you're working on a client, then you're basically just going to want to like tilt their head down, tilt their head back and then have them look straight down, and it's like the same thing. But if you're doing it for yourself, just hold your mirror. Basically, like you want to be able to look right up your nose. All right, and then I use 2 different mascaras because I'm insane. It's actually something I've been doing for a very long time. I find that it's very rare for me to get a mascara that does everything that I want it to do, because I like to have it have a voluminizing mascara, but I also like to have one that really kind of defines and separates. And so I find that you can find one to do like either or, but you can't really find one to do both. And so I've just been using 2 mascaras for a very long time. Like a freak. All right. And obviously that's going to depend on like what your natural lashes look like. Like if you already have really thick full lashes, you might not necessarily want one that's like too voluminizing. You might want one that is a bit more separating. And then if you have very few lashes, probably forego the separating one and go more for the voluminizing. Personal preference. And then when you do your lower lash line, you want to tilt your head down and have your mirror up so that you can very easily get all the way along the bottom without smudging your bottom eyeshadow. You ever like do mascara and find that you're holding your breath the whole time? I do that. All right. And so now my lashes are good to go. I think some people use the sort of like flat tweezers to apply their lashes. I find that, I mean, I already have a tweezer and I use it for like so many different things, so I don't really feel the need to get another one. I know a lot of influencers use the other kind of tweezer, but you also have to bear in mind that they are probably getting it gifted to them. Not saying that they probably don't enjoy it, they probably do, but I feel as though it's not entirely necessary. That's just my 2 cents. Alright, so that's mascara and lashes pretty much. Alright, and now I want to finish off the face. So the beautiful face chart model has a really beautiful like kind of orange tone red, and I don't have a color that perfectly matches that. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm taking a red lip liner and lining my lips with that first. But I don't want it to be too red and too dark, because the lipstick that I'm going to be using on top of that, it's not super opaque. And so if I go in super heavy-handed with the pencil, it's not really going to show up as orange at all. And then I really fill it in kind of gently. Again, not depositing too much red color. Just enough. And now I'm taking a lip brush and just sort of blending all that out so it doesn't look too harsh. After what happened with the last video, I'm like so paranoid that I'm gonna be like accidentally cutting off the shot, and I don't want that. Okay, now I'm just taking my lip color, and it appears quite orange, but like I said, it's really sheer, and so I'm just gonna go in with that straight from the bullet. Oh my god, my lips are so cracked. My lips are definitely something that I've been neglecting this quarantine thus far. And now I'm just taking that lip brush again, just going over everything, trying to make it look smooth, but also helping it blend in with the red that I initially laid down. Alright, you guys, so this is the fully finished face. What do you guys think? Let me zoom you in so you guys can also see the full finished eye look as well. So this is the finished eye look. And here's the face again. So this is the reference so you guys can sort of compare and contrast and let me know what you guys think in the comments. I eagerly look forward to reading them all. And like I said before, all products that I use will be listed in the description. Don't even worry about that, along with all the tools that I used, if you guys are curious. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know what else you want to see / hear about. I have a couple ideas, but I want more opinions. And now that I am out of work and I'm at home all day, love to hear them. Yeah. So anyway, see you guys later.